guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, how have you been? I trust you've been doing well. I am good, kicking. My throat is back to normal, you guys. Oh my god, I can't believe to back to normal. Now I can laugh, I can sing, I can pretty much do whatever I feel like doing, because I was like really suffering, y'all, for like weeks. The medication did a very clean job. Now I'm back to the noisy self again, and like I promised last time, today I have a very interesting story for you guys, so do not move, do not go anywhere. You can't miss this one. So grab your popcorn and whatever else you need close to you, because I'm telling you, once I start this, you're not going to be able to move anywhere. So let me grab mine and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we're back, guys, and yes, I'm gonna start right away. I'm not gonna take more of your time, and this is a story of how we met, me and my better half, or me and Fafashi, as you all know him. If you do, if you don't, then I'm telling you now that that's his nickname. So let's go back to how we met, where, when, how. Like I said last time, it's when, how, and where. Yeah, so let's start with the first one, which is when did we meet? All right, so we met in July, oh god, 2015. Oh my god, I'm so stupid sometimes. So 2015 July, I hope I'm right. That would be funny. And where did we meet? We met in the office where his company had an office in the building that I managed or worked, because I worked for a real estate company, and we owned offices, or we leased out offices. That's a better way to put it, not owned. Hello. And so I worked under one, I worked directly or reported directly to a manager. So when she was not around, I managed the place as well. And so that's where we met. I already said when, 2015 July, and in an office. And how did we meet? So like I said earlier on, I worked in a real estate company, and we listed, and him and his company, or rather his company, rented an office in our building. I assisted in overseeing everything that was going on, and checking out if the clients are okay, if they need anything. So I used to do patrols here and there to go check on them. And so this one particular day, I went to the floor where his office was located, and there was a guy I had met earlier in his company who knew me, like he knew my situation, because that time was actually the same time I had resigned. I was just waiting for my final day to come so that I don't report to work and I fly back home. And I had also started having doubts with my other relationship, if you remember, guys. Like there was disagreements when we had, it was just a big, very big mess. The reason I had resigned was because I was going to leave the country, and the guy I was going to live with, or to move in, or to like get married to, or whatever, had turned into this monster that I wasn't even able to relate to anymore. So anyway, so it was my last days in this company, this real estate company. And I went upstairs to check on the clients and see how they're doing, just roam around, refill the reception stationery and stuff. And so as I was passing in front of his office, this colleague of his called me and said, hey, I would like to introduce you to some guys. So I walked into the office, and there was like him, the guy who called me, and 3 other new faces. And one of these other 3 new faces was Fafoshi's name. I'm even feeling warm now. I don't know why I wore this. But anyway, so I went and shook their hands, and you know that moment when you feel electricity. But I didn't think much of it. I was thinking, whatever. And this guy actually introduced me like this. Guys or gentlemen, this is Esther, and she's leaving soon because she has to go and get married. And then I was like, yeah, that's me. It's and I'm a very shy person. Like, I'm not able to talk when I meet new people. Like, immediately I'm just like, okay, guys, see ya, back off. And then I left. So 2 days later, I was still doing the same thing, went upstairs, patrolling and stuff, and guess who I stumbled upon by himself, just sitting is like, I think, sitting in a conference room. And he said to me, he had this voice, guys. Okay, he still has the voice. He was like, excuse me. And no sense of like, you turn, are you talking to me? Goosebumps. And I was like, yes, of course. Like, I felt something, but I didn't want to show him. Excuse me, hello. So I was like, yes, how may I help you? And he was like, oh, well, I'm expecting some people, I don't know, a package or something, and I have to leave the office. So would you be so kind to hand it over to them? Or some people are coming to pick up a package from him. Hand it over to them, and then when you're done, kindly give me a call. Did you just give me your personal number? Oh my God. So I was just like sitting down waiting for the guys to come, and they came. I was like, okay, calm down, Esther. So I was like, hi, your package has been delivered. I gave your package out to the guys. The guys came and picked up your package, and I just wanted to let you know. That was, by the way, my personal mobile. So I just wanted to let you know. All right, bye. Then I was jumping up and down for no reason, by the way, because, excuse me, this is just, simple handing of a package stuff. All right. So then that week, I think that the following, I don't remember, it was a weekend or whatever it was, but we met again. And this time, how did we meet? We met at the smoking area. Our building didn't have like a proper smoking area, so we all used to go downstairs. Outside the door there was like a bin placed out there, so that's where we used to, all the smokers used to gather there. I think there were two bins on either side. So we met down there, and then he went like, so what do you do in the evenings after work? Guys, I need air, I need some water. I'm just, the voice, oh my God, the voice. So anyway, I told him after work, sometimes I go for happy hour, because I had friends already, plenty of friends in the place where I worked, close to there. And so we used to gather every other day for beer or drinks, wine, whatever, after work for happy hour. So I told him that's what I do. And I'm trying to say the exact words I told him. So he asked me, what's your favorite drink? And I said, my favorite drink is, there is a drink called the Hoegaarden. I think, yeah, it's a very common drink. It's a beer. So I said, when I go out, I usually drink a Ho. because we used to call it, like in short form with my friends, we used to call it a hoe. So I said, I drink a hoe, but I didn't do the gardening. And then I thought, this is someone who doesn't know me, so it sounded pretty weird. So I was like, oh no, it's not what it sounds like. And I was like laughing out and everything. That's how we met. So we went back to the building together. It's like a fairy story together. And he said, next time you going somewhere, let me know, I might join you. Guys. I was just like prompting me, was I gonna do it? Should I do it? No, there was like that back and forth moments of thinking, I don't know what to do. I might look like, I was like taking my phone and going like texting, writing a text and going like, no, I might look like I'm too desperate and stuff. No, I don't want to do that. But I think we went out a couple of times more. Although the first time we actually went on an official one, like official out together. Trying to remember if that was the time that he actually, hold on, no rush. Anyway, so the next weekend, or the weekend that followed after that, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just text him and say I'm going to this place for a drink later. It was a Friday. So there was a place I used to love going to on Fridays. And we used to go there with friends. We used to gather there. It was called the McGettigans. And so I texted him. I said, I'll text him just like probably before I leave the house and say, hey, I'm going to the McGettigans. If you care to join me, I'm with my friends. So I sent the text. And his reply came almost immediately, like, boom, I'm gonna be there, you know. And he came, we had a good time, you guys. We, you know, partied enough, we danced and everything. He met my friends. And then, of course, the bars used to close those days at 3 a.m. So we had to, of course, go home. He took a cab to his apartment and I took a cab. I think I rode with my friends or something. I don't remember exactly what. By this time, by the way, I didn't have a house because I had resigned and I was just like a few days, like I think 8 days or 9 days, less than that maybe, to leave the country. Which means I lived with my friends who said, hey, on your, like, come stay with us during your last days so that we can say a proper goodbye. Okay. So one of these days that we went out with him, because we used to get up, text each other, meet up, have some drinks, have some food. And on one of the days that we actually met up and everything, that was the time I received an email for an interview. So he came into my life, the job came, so two blessings came in together. So when I officially decided, okay, you know what, I am done pursuing that other thing that's not working, and I'm willing to try, you know, this and see what happens. But I was head over heels, brothers and sisters. I was like, it was that moment. I had never felt that moment ever in life. You know, that moment, that tingling moment. Does it call it tingling moment? That tingling moment. So anyway, we spent a lot of time together. We went out together. Then we decided, he had to fly out of the country, and that was like really, I just met him, we spent time together, then he had to fly out, I think for 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah, it was exactly 2 weeks he had to fly out. And I, on the other hand, had to sit down for 2 weeks, or to sit back for 2 weeks and wait for the interview results. You understand? So it was like, I would wake up every morning, think, what should I do now? Because these guys haven't called me to tell me I got a job or not. But then he made my days so easy, guys. He would call me every day. He texted me every now and then, like when he was out in the US. And he texted me every single day, like more than, I don't know how many times. I can't even tell you how many times. And he called me every day before I went to bed, when I got up. So he kept that, you know, he kept me busy because he knew I was stressed, obviously. And anyway, he had told me, even if you don't get the job, I'm going to try my best to make sure that you stay here. Oh, in case you're wondering, the 8 days that were left, I extended that because I had to wait for the job results. So I extended that and said, okay, I'm not going to go back. And that was like even the time I canceled my relationship, my other, what was it? I called off my wedding or whatever. And so it was a moment that was like, it was like a volcano. A volcano of events, like just erupting. No job, new interview, new person in my life, off the wedding. It was just like so many things happening. So 2 weeks later, he flew in, and this time I was like, I didn't even believe myself. Like I had missed him. Like I was like one of those people who doesn't like, I was like one of those people who don't get moved easily by stuff. Like I won't be like, oh my God, I'm crushed. No, I wasn't that kind of person. But then here is a guy who had just met briefly and I had missed him. So this is the time I said, okay, you know what? It's official. I am decided, let's do this. Let's try and see what goes on. And so when he landed back, I picked him up from the airport. We checked in together. Oh my God, that was like my honeymoon. I think that was our honeymoon period. That's when we should probably say that was our honeymoon. So we checked in together. We spent our time together. It was like the best time of my life. That was slightly before I received the news actually that I had been selected to work. So I had a job, I had a cute, nice, amazing man. Thank you, Jesus. And once again, like not even once again, I think for the first time I was truly in love. Like I was like, everywhere I went I was like but yeah, so once he moved in, he came back, I moved in together with him for a month. I think we stayed there for a month. It was awesome, amazing. I could never ever have wished, like it's something I would do over again. If I had to, I would still do that again. And so time came for me to, of course, leave the country because I had to exit the country so that the new company would send me a visa and all that. But he was there waiting for me. He called me, even that time when I was in Kenya, he called me every single day, like, how are you doing? That was like a new relationship and stuff like that. But I really miss, like when he tells the story of how we met, he probably would have been the best person to tell it. Of course, that one comes with like people remind each other, oh, remember that time we did this and that, remember this time we did that and that. But it's a beautiful story altogether because I become alive once I start telling it. Yeah, so that's how we met. That's a story of how me and Fafushi met. And next time I come here, I'm gonna tell you our journey together. But I thought I should just like drop the meeting story first, let you guys know how we met and what happened after. Of course, there were some scenarios, like there was one funny one which he got pissed off. He got angry at some goof who was trying to talk to me, like he was trying to take to get my attention, and the way he reacted was like, okay, that's cute. So thank you very much for listening and watching. Kindly hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I will see you again next time. It's always a pleasure having you guys here. Until next time.